Hey y'all, I just realized that every time I have come to work at the cabin, or like last Saturday I was working on my tractor and the planer, that I was wearing these overalls and this shirt. But I promise you, I have washed them. Or, well, actually, that's a lie. I didn't wash them. My beautiful, loving, kind wife washed them. And so I don't want y'all to think I'm wearing the same dirty clothes over and over again. I'm not, okay? But I am getting a lot of stuff done. Look, I want to show you the front door is on the cabin. No, that's the back door, because it's the water, on the water, which is that way, that's the front. And so this is the back door where the water's not. I got two guys working for me. They're doing a great job, and they are helping. I'm just kind of running too far behind. I had to bring in some reinforcements to get some help, and so these guys are helping jam up. So I'm going to give you just a little refresher course on what's going on at the cabin. It's nighttime. You hear that noise in the background. That's the generator running, so I could run all these lights so y'all could see. But look, I'm standing in the kitchen, okay, and you see all those windows. Oh, look at, you have to pay extra to get only half the glass in your windows. The story behind these windows, though, is they came out of a 120-year-old home here in Cottle County that was being torn down, and so we salvaged them and didn't want them to go to waste. So we're going to pull all those panes out. We're going to clean them up real good and salvage what we can, and then we'll put them back in. Well, we'll paint, and then we'll put them back in, then we'll reglaze everything, and they'll look brand new. They're 120-year-old window frames, and they're perfect. Not a thing wrong with them in the world. And so you see they're all trimmed out. Everything coming along in the kitchen looking good. So you remember, if you've been following along on the project, you remember I was recruiting yardsticks. And so here this window here looks out over the creek, okay? And there'll be a sink right here and a countertop, and then the counter's gonna turn and come down this wall. That's actually why you notice the trim's not on the bottom of the windows. That's because we're going to build the counter there. And so it'll come up right to the flush to the bottom of the windows. Those yardsticks that all of you so generously sent to me, I love them, by the way. They have so much character, good color, and different, it's hardware stores from Joplin, Missouri, and gun shops from upstate New York, and it's just the richest flavor of advertising. It's like the heartbeat of America. I love it. I'm so excited about it. All the countertops out through here, I'm going to make them out of those yardsticks, and I'm going to put that, so you'll be able to stand here and you'll be able to read each advertising piece, and you'll be able to see all of that Americana in full. And I'm going to leave the color, and I'm going to leave the writing, and it'll just breathe history, and I love that idea. I'm so excited about it. I think I might even build some shelves up here in between the windows. I wanted a lot of light coming in this room, so I had a lot of windows, but I might even build some shelves in between here and use the yardsticks for that too, just to kind of draw it in even further. I'm gonna put them down. My buddy Travis Martin, check him out at the Martin Family Homestead. The Martin Home, I always do that. The Martin Homestead on Facebook. He knows how to do epoxy. I don't know how to do that. So we're going to put those yardsticks down. We'll frame it in somehow, and then you pour this epoxy over it, and it seals them in, but you can still see through it. So you'll see all the flavor and color and richness and vibrancy of the yardsticks, but they'll be protected, and you can use that surface like a countertop, right? So I'm really excited about that. The sink will be over here. It's really a triple tub sink. It's a small tub in the middle, like to wash vegetables with. Cast iron, old sink. It's red. I've never seen a red sink before. This is another sink we salvaged, and so all this house is low budget. Everything we salvage as much as we can. So we're really excited about that too. As soon as I get the cabinets built, the sink will be going in. So the door, this is this is the back door, but this is the main door of the house. This is the one when you pull up to the cabin. I shouldn't call it a house. When you pull up, this is the door you'll use coming and going. You can't really tell because it's nighttime, but that's green glass, that's red glass, that's yellow glass. You go this way. This is clear in the middle. There's some purple and some blue. It's all different colors. It's really an interesting door. It's also very tall. I don't know if you can tell, but like I can barely reach the top of it. So it's a really tall door too. We're not so sure it didn't come out of a store, but it could have come out of a really big house too. So we've got that going on. We've got the bathroom doors all framed up. Let's go in here and I'll just show you real quickly what we got going on in here. See here, we put in a insert tub tile unit. We did buy that new. I really wanted to tile that, but you know, at some point you just have to say, we got to keep moving and get on with it. This will be where the throne goes, right? Have this great bank of windows to look out. There'll be a vanity that sits right here with a mirror and a wall sconce on the wall right there. And then towels and linens will go right here on this wall. So I want to show you just to give you some perspective. See, this is the loft upstairs. And those beams running this way, they are 4x6 cross members that came off of the top of telephone poles, old telephone poles. They've been stacked in a barn for 25 or 30 years. Hannah and I found them and we dug them out and we said, we're going to figure out something to do with them. Now these, the big long ones, you got that one, you got that one, and then you still got one more. You can see it over there. Those all came out of an old bridge that we salvaged, a bridge that had long ago been reclaimed by the creek, covered in mud, and we salvaged it. We recovered it off. It's on our property. We recovered it and salvaged those beams just to have this cool feature here. And so that whole loft is supported by those two beams, and then there's structurally it's supported by the roof too, just a little bit. Okay, so this is the door that goes out to the water. The creek's out there. And so we intentionally wanted this big window here because we have these three big bay windows. I got the glass coming for them, I think. I still hadn't ordered it, but I know what I'm gonna do. And so we wanted to just kind of carry that theme all the way across of big open spaces. I almost, and now I kind of regret not doing it, but I almost put in a piece of glass above that, but I didn't, and it's too late to go back and change it now. But I'll walk through here just so you get a feel for how big these windows are. This one in the middle, they're all about 45 inches tall, and this one in the middle is about 60 inches wide, so 5 feet. They're really big windows. There you see the beams again across the top. I'm really excited about everything that's going on here. It's hard to tell, I know, because we got all this scaffolding. We're doing some work up here in the ceiling a little bit, but this is the bedroom. That's what I was trying to tell you. This is the bedroom. You can't hardly tell. Let me get in here. See, so you got a window like this on each side of the bed. See, there's the other one way over there. Then you got that one right there that just kind of looks out into the yard. And it's just big enough for a queen bed and two tables on each side. It'll open up into the main part of the cabin, but that's okay because right here, if you look real closely, you'll see that stack of bricks. Right there, there'll be a hearth and a wood burning stove. And so in the wintertime, you want that heat to radiate off the hearth so that you catch it over there in the bedroom, because that's the main source of heat for the cabin is wood burning stove. And so it's important to be able to circulate that heat all throughout the cabin, right? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Walt, you got this loft on these awesome beams. How are you going to get up there? Good question. So the plan is, notice I said the plan, because we're not 100% sure. We haven't figured this out yet. You know, this might surprise you, but we didn't hire any architects. We didn't hire any contractors. We didn't have any blueprints drawn up. Hannah and I drew this out on a napkin and then transferred it onto a piece of paper and then put it on a piece of graph paper. And when we did that, we thought we were fancy. And so the plan is that right here, coming down in front of this is the mechanical room and where the batteries, this is a solar powered house, by the way, batteries and all that stuff will be in there. We're going to lock this up so people can't get in it. But the plan is that right here, there'll be a spiral staircase that goes up into that. You just got to figure it out. I've never done a spiral staircase, don't know how to do it, and And honestly, if I'm just being honest, I'm probably putting it off because I'm intimidated by it, and so I'm just trying to do other stuff to get it done before I try to tackle that. It might be a little bit loud out here because I got that generator going, but I wanted to come out here and give you the perspective. This is the porch, okay? And so you can see, as you pan back through there, kind of what everything looks like on the inside of the cabin. There's the loft and the beams, and that's the bedroom back there. And looking down the porch right here. This is one of my favorite features on the whole house. This is a corner post for the porch. Let me just give you ignore the big pile of wood. I got to use all that. I'll use every bit of that somewhere. We try not to waste around here. So here's the perspective, right? This is where you're at on the porch. And so this cedar tree holds up the corner of the porch. We left it with all those limbs on it because number one, there's no traffic out there. That's not how you get it on and off the porch. I thought it'd be great to hang ferns, hummingbird feeders, squirrel feeders, all kinds of stuff to attract wildlife up here on the porch. So a lot of y'all have asked during the videos, what about in the summertime, how are you going to keep it cool? Well, there's part of it right there. That is a mini split air conditioning unit, very low energy demand. It doesn't cool, like it's not a supercharged air conditioner because it's so low energy, but it's going to make it comfortable, right? It's not going to you're not going to hang meat in here with that air conditioner, but it'll make it very comfortable. And then we had to get pretty creative about some things. So how do you use that to cool the loft? Well, you can't. And so what we did was, see that fan up there over my head? That's like an exhaust fan. It's what they call a through the wall fan. So you're going to turn it on. There's a switch up there in the loft. You turn it on. It's going to pull cool air from this room into the loft, and then watch this. See, I got really creative. I was thinking, I was using my noggin. I thought, well, you can't pull air into the room because it'll pressurize, and then it won't come back out. So on this side, I hadn't done it yet, but right here, I'm gonna put another fan that'll be blowing out. So when you turn, and they'll both come on the same switch. So you flip them on. By the way, very low wattage, low energy demand fans too. So when you turn them on, it'll suck air from the other side, cool air, and then it'll push air out this side so that you're creating a draft through the whole room. And that'll then circulate the air, right? It'll circulate it all the way back over to here where I don't know if that thing takes in air or not. And then the last piece of air conditioning is that big pipe. It is not just sitting there, okay? It is, matter of fact, that pipe goes down 5 feet in the ground, makes a series of curves 180 feet and comes back up way out there in the middle of the woods. And I'm gonna put a fan in there. I'll cut it off where it's even and have a box in it, and there'll be a grate over the top of it. And you turn that, there'll be a switch right here. Turn that switch on, it'll activate that fan. Again, super low wattage, super low energy demand, and pull that air through that 180 feet of pipe. And when it can be 90 degrees outside, 180 feet, 6 feet deep in the ground at 68 degrees. And when it comes out here, it'll be about 75 probably, right? So cool in the summer, warm in the winter. Again, another way just to help cool and help offset the energy demands. Because if y'all don't know, if you ain't from Alabama, you don't know what hot is, right? Like, I know everybody thinks they live in the hottest place in the world, but if you've never been to Alabama in August, you don't know what hot is. Listen, it's so hot in Alabama in August that the mosquitoes land on you just because they need a drink of water, and so they want you sweating, right? Listen, it's so hot in Alabama that during August, if somebody dies, the funeral procession pulls through Dairy Queen so everybody can get a blizzard. It's so hot in Alabama in August that when August comes around, the chickens start laying hard-boiled eggs. It's so hot in August in Alabama that the fire ants, well, they're just on fire. It's so hot in Alabama in August that one time I saw a bird pull a worm out of the ground using an oven mitt. So now that you have a better understanding of how hot it is in Alabama, now you know why we need geothermal cooling and a little extra help, right? So that's just kind of an update of where we're at on the Cottle Creek cabin. I think that by the end of this week, we'll have all the doors finished and hung and ready to go, the closet door in the bathroom too. And we'll have a bunch more of this trim work like this right here done on the inside. And it'll really start coming together, saving the floor for last, because you don't want to do the floor while you're doing construction. And so next we got to get these big bay windows in, get them finished trimmed out. We got to get our staircase in. We need to get all of these panes out clean, get those windows cleaned up so we can paint them. I got to get the hearth built, get the wood burning stove in, and get the stove pipe put in and done. And man, we're getting close. I mean, we're getting real close. I'm excited. I can't wait to show you all the progress as it unfolds. So remember, be sure to follow along on Facebook and on YouTube and on Instagram, Shepherding Outdoors on all three. And especially on YouTube, if you are interested in this do-it-yourself cabin, this is an off-grid solar cabin. And if you're interested in what we've done here, you need to go back to our YouTube channel, and there are tons of videos on all the work we've done here, from the day we first broke ground all the way through till now. And there's a lot of do-it-yourself stuff here. And look, we're not contractors. We're just regular people. My wife comes out here and helps me a lot. My kids come out here some and help me a lot. And so I hope that people watch these videos and go, man, if that guy and if that family can do that, we can too, because you can. You just have to have the desire and the determination to start. And if you mess up, you just back up and redo and regroup and go again, right? So don't be intimidated. You can do it. Hey, you know what I really need you to do? I need you to hit that like button and that share button and even that comment button, because that's what tells Facebook and YouTube and Instagram that you want to keep seeing this kind of content and that you approve, so to speak. Right? And so if you like it, please do let everybody know. And then, you know what, when you share a video, what that does is invites all your friends to see what we're doing here too. So we definitely appreciate all that you do in that regard. All right, guys. So remember, be sure to follow us on all of our channels and all of our pages. Stay up to date on what's going on with the Cottle Creek cabin. Thank you guys for all your support and your words of encouragement and your love through this whole process. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to show you what we get done next. Y'all have a great night. We love y'all.